While it's true that man does not live on bread alone, we all enjoy something fresh and crusty from our local bakery. Over the years, that local bakery has evolved into something more. A cosy spot to drop in, grab a freshly brewed coffee, a sweet pastry, and maybe catch up with a friend. It's the cornerstone of any community. But for us to truly visit this classic bakery cafe, we need to take our time machine back to a simpler, more colourful era, 1974. We're not going far from the comfort of our own town, but we're stepping far enough back to feel a wonderful nostalgia. It's a place where the air will fill with the smell of fresh baked bread, a pot of your favourite Earl Grey tea, and a pleasant brick-built good morning. I'm Lord Paul, and this is Lord Paul's Bricks. Hello everyone. If this is your first time dropping in for a slice of Lego history, welcome. And if you've been here before and come back for another sweet treat, well, welcome back. In the early 1970s, Lego was really hitting its stride, laying the foundation, literally, for the world we know today. We got brilliant buildings from houses and chalets to all sorts of early town services. These weren't just sets, they were the first flicker of inspiration for the massive town and subsequent city sets that dominate our shelves today. Our vintage gem today is set 361 Tea Garden Café from 1974. I mean, just look at it. If we put ourselves in the mindset of a builder back in 1974, how does this adorable set stack up? We're going to do a deep dive review and see exactly how this little cafe helped inspire generations of Lego to come. But hey, if you're enjoying this delightful trip down memory lane, be a baker's best friend and hit that like button. It helps keep the channel going and more than you know. And if you want to be the first to know when the next classic set comes out of the oven, make sure you subscribe, and you're always welcome to leave a comment or ask a question. I read and respond to every single one. You might remember from a July unboxing video that I hunted down this cafe on Bricklink. It was a special target for me because it actually shares a set number with a set that I'd reviewed before, the 361 Garage from 1979. But you got to ask yourself, why two sets with the same number, Lego? It was a chaotic but charming time, I'm sure. As I've researched, this pre-80s confusion was down to a mix of factors. There are some admitted poor record keeping from Lego. I don't know how they mixed all that up. Different sets getting the same set number in different markets. And yes, I think maybe some good old-fashioned number scarcity. They probably figured, we made that set 30 years ago, let's reuse this number. This cafe rolls in with a respectable 211 pieces. For the mid-1970s, that was a pretty substantial build. Of course, you'll also notice a distinct lack of people, because this set predates the modern minifigure by quite a few years. My copy, which I'm delighted to have, is in really good condition. Better than a stale croissant, but not quite fresh out of the oven masterpiece. But the instruction sheet, it's in fantastic shape. For a 50-year-old piece of paper, a little tear and a tiny bit of tape had it practically is museum quality. I don't have the original box, but it would have looked something like this, complete with those cool alternative build ideas on the back. A great source of inspiration for young builders. Now, you might be expecting me to talk about minifigures and pricing at this point, but this cafe is a no-go on minifigures, and to get period-accurate pricing data all the way back from 1974 is about as rare as a mint-condition brick separator. So we'll skip those sections and jump right into the heart of what makes this vintage Lego so special, the pieces. Let's get into the good stuff, the unique, rare and discontinued parts that make hunting down vintage Lego such a treat. First, we have the small but mighty sticker sheet. This set comes with the iconic pretzel iconography for the front sign and the sides of the delivery van. The pretzel is a fantastic detail that locks this set into the German European bakery theme. We also have a sticker for the cool striped awning over the shop window. Take a look at the 24 by 32 base plate. While this size was relatively common, what makes this one unique to this set is the subtle pre-printed dot pattern. Lego is literally giving us a head start, showing you exactly where to place the first layer of bricks. It's a built-in cheat sheet, a charming little clue about how Lego thought about building in the mid-70s. Next up, the delivery van. It uses a great modified 2x2 bricks with red wheels and smooth tyres. This style of wheel first hit the streets in 1969 and was so popular it was used in 118 sets all the way up to 1979. They really literally just shout vintage Lego. The windows and doors are probably the most significant nod to this set's heritage credentials or vintage credentials. There is a great variety to enjoy. We start with the little 1x1x2 window frame with the fixed, transparent clear pane. This was a genuinely rare part, having appeared in only 9 sets between 1969 and 1976. It is a real collector's piece. Next, the slightly larger 1x2x2 frame with fixed glass. This one goes all the way back to 1965 and was a workhorse, appearing in 191 sets all the way up until 2003. A true veteran of the brick wars, and another 1965 classic is the 1x4x2 window, but this one was retired earlier in 1980 after only 56 sets. Then we have the Big Daddy, the 1x6x3 window. This design dates back to 1955. Yes, 1955. And it was retired in 1979 after 57 sets. It's truly a piece of Lego history. Finally, the fancy 1x6x2 window with shutters. This is another rare feature, only appearing from 7 sets from 1968 until 1974. The doors of this set are also a bit of a big deal, because prior to 1973, the doors for buildings like this were fixed. But here, with the door actually opens within the frame. Both the 1x3x4 door and with glass and the 1x3x4 frame both appeared in 56 sets all the way through to 1980. And I always love it when I get an intact antenna with side spokes. This set has one in milky white. This part was first seen in 1969, and after 56 appearances, the last one was seen in 1987. They are notorious for how easily the spokes snap off, which is why getting a good one is always a small victory. So, now that we've admired the components, let's stop talking and start building. One of the fascinating features of the instructions is the way they show which bricks need to be added for each step. Once you move on, the previous bricks from the previous step turn white. I can't remember seeing this feature before, and it's probably been in other sets, but it's a brilliant visual aid for a young builder in 1974. But let's get going on with the build. It's actually quite the snap. The 11 pieces for the delivery vehicle come together in no time. With the stickers already applied, we have a finished vehicle ready to roll out the day's bread and deliver out the day's bread and pretzels. We lay down the first few rows of yellow bricks on the green base plate, and the bakery starts to take shape with surprising speed. A little corner of black bricks forms the all-important chimney because you need a warm oven for all of those tasty treats. Once the ground floor windows and doors are in, the awning goes up and we move on to the first floor. More windows, shutters, the final roof pieces, and then the crowning glory, that glorious antenna. We complete the site with the quintessential garden fencing, some little furniture pieces, the paving for the driveway, and a small tree to make it a pleasant outdoor dining area. I think this is a really nice little build. It successfully creates a lovely, welcoming place that would have been a key meeting point for the town's inhabitants, even if they were imaginary in 1974. You can just picture yourself sitting back with a nice pastry and a cup of tea in the outdoor garden. And with that delivery vehicle, it's fully loaded up and ready for the day's deliveries. My usual disclaimer here, I always try to review these sets in the context of when they were first released. And for this Tea Garden Café, that was way back in 1974, so let's judge it by the gold standard of the era. For piece selection, it gets a 4.5 out of 5. There are a lot of standard bricks and plates here, but let's remember this was 1974 and the brick palette was more limited. I'm giving it a strong score because of the broad range of pieces we looked at. All of those different windows and doors, the fences, the classic components, and of course that fantastic antenna. A great mix for an early town set. As there are no minifigures, it gets the default score of 5, which is what I've done with other similar sets. Building enjoyment is also a 4 out of 5. If I were a kid getting this set, cracking open the box and building it in 1974, I would be very impressed. The build experience is simple, fast and satisfying, and the finished product looks complete. The building is a little out of proportion, sure, but that was common of the era, and laying out the garden and building the car offers some good variety. The playability is 4.5 out of 5. This set is an absolute hub of activity. It's a place to eat, a place to shop, and a place to drive the delivery van from. It's hard to find much to fault here. The minifigure didn't exist, so you really had to use your imagination, but it works so well as the focal point of your vintage town. The garden area and the shop front practically beg for some storytelling. So in total, that's a score of 18 out of 20. That's a hugely deserved score. This set looks charming, it has some great features, and it offers some good imaginative play experiences. So here are a few more final images of the finished set. And it looks like Lord Paul may have dropped in for a cup of tea and a pretzel. If you get your orders in early enough, and I'm sure the delivery van would get to you on the same day. So, what did you think of the deep dive into the early 70s tea garden cafe? Was it your cup of tea? Let me know by giving this video a like. Your support truly helps keep the Lego town well fed. I've got a lot more classic Lego reviews in the pipeline, so make sure you subscribe, turn on your notifications, and you won't miss them. I also love it when you leave a comment or ask a question. Tell me your favourite part of this old school tea garden cafe. Do my reviews make you want to hunt down any of these classic sets to add to your own collection? If you do, what vintage sets are you hunting for at the moment? Just let me know. Until next time, keep on building, keep expanding your amazing vintage Lego town. I'm Lord Paul, and this is Lord Paul's Bricks, and bye for now.